welcome to my channel. My name is Kamira and this is my review for Put a Ring on It Season 2 Episode 3 is titled Doubling Down. Alright you guys, so I wanted to just say, like, I started making these videos because I really want to connect with other people who also watch some of the same shows that I watch, because honestly, it's just me and my son in here. My mama don't watch this stuff. My sisters could care less. So I wanted to connect with other people that watch these shows. So you guys, let's get into it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Okay? Alright. So first thing, I noticed that Shawn is in a fraternity. And it made me think about how they may be watching him and clowning him. What was that? Sorry, clowning him for like crying and throwing up and being like overly dramatic on this show. And I also noticed like that he has those branding things on his arms. Like, is that hazing? Like, I don't know. It looks like it may have hurt when they did it to him. But anyway, so this is the episode where they're all going to be going on dates at the same time in the same room. I thought it was going to be all three couples together, but it wasn't. It was like the couple, you know, both people in the relationship on the dates at the same time. So it was going to be like that. So Laronda knew that like Shawn wasn't going to be able to handle this. She already know. We know from the last episode, and we was right. But let's get into it. Dr. Nicole says she wants them to trust each other and focus on their date. Did they do that? No. She was like, you know, if you trust your partner, then you should be fine. But apparently, Jessica and Eric are not the only ones with like trust issues. So all of them are having first dates except for Darian. We know he's going to be going on a date with Kai. And Alexia is frustrated because she said because he's a rapper and she knows how rappers are. So does that mean he's cheating? You know it and you okay with it, or what? What are we doing here? But okay. Dr. Nicole says, you know what, trust is a foundational thing you guys need, but none of them really seem to have it, right? Now that I think about it, none of them have trust. But anyway, she says again, the goal is to either put a ring on it or move on. So let's get into it. Now, you guys, I see a lot of people talking about Eric and his hair. And I don't like talking about people's physical appearance. I hate when people talk about, like, Jason, calling him baby teeth. I don't like that kind of stuff because we all have things that we're kind of insecure about. So I would not discuss Eric's hair. I mean, I ain't gonna do it. So we see Eric and Jessica at home. Her date is Clarence. And he is nice looking. He was built, muscular, tattoos, nice face. But anyway, he said, you know what? He's open to having a good time on his date. He comes upstairs and surprisingly, not only to us, the viewers, but like to Jessica, he was like, you guys have fun, be safe. And you know what? You can tell it threw Jessica off because she kind of feeds off of like him being a little bit jealous. That kind of stuff excites her. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know why, but anyway, like I wrote down, she wants him to be jealous of her being on these dates. So next we see Laronda and Shawn. She's ironing. I hope it was not his clothes. Girl, you are not his mama, but okay. They joke about what she has on. She looked cute. Her date's name was Sir James. He says he wants a strong, independent woman, and he's a good catch. Now, if somebody is unattractive, I won't say that. If somebody is, I will. And Sir James looked nice. He had a nice face too. They are not playing, like, all these dates are attractive. The women too, but okay. Shawn opened the door. He was like, is he a linebacker or a superhero? I'm just like, Shawn, like, shut up. Go cry. Like, I'm sorry. That's not nice. I'm sorry. But he was like, you know, what makes you want to do this? And Sir James said, you know what? Something new. you never know where you're gonna find love. He was like, Shawn said, you ain't gonna find it up in here. Laronda was just like, well, you never know. She says, you know what, she always has to walk on eggshells when it comes to Shawn. And it's kind of the same thing Eric said, you know, last week. But she said it's going to be weird because she already knows, you know, that Shawn is insecure. And he going to say to Sir James, you don't even, or to her, you don't even like guys without beards. I mean, if he had a beard, can you imagine? He was already cute. Girl, Shawn just piped down. But anyway, she was like, yeah, he tall and fine. And I was like, Laronda, he is. Laronda was thinking about, you know, how Shawn feels, and she does want him to trust her. She asked Sir James, you know, why do this? He says he's ready. He goes into how his family have small kids, and he's kind of ready for like his own family. And I liked them together. It was cute. So next we see Shawn meeting his date. Her name was Brittany. She was cute too. She says the right man has not found her yet. He thought she was cute. But as they went into the date, he let her know that his girlfriend was there and Shawn's attention was on Laronda. But his date kind of got his attention for like 2 seconds because she sings. She's also into entertainment. Girl, talk right. Sorry, y'all. And she was like, you know, what are you looking for? And he says, someone who understands the entertainer lifestyle. Shawn says she's nice. I wrote down, so if Shawn is saying that he's not financially stable and that's a part of the entertainer lifestyle, so is that what Brittany should understand? They both gonna be broke? How we doing that? Who paying the bills? But he talks about how working out is an outlet. So Laronda is having a good time on her date. She is very like bubbly. She's not as like rigid as she kind of came off. Okay, but they take a shot. She's having fun. And Shawn's, they could tell he was kind of like nervous and kind of looking over there. And I did notice that as they were leaving, Sir James did put his hand on her back, but it was kind of just let her out the door. He like had the door open and was kind of like pushing her through the door. It wasn't like a super like sexual thing or whatever. It was just like, I guess, being courteous or being, what's the word? Chivalrous. Y'all, look, I know I'm a teacher. Don't judge me. Anyway, Shawn was like no longer focused on his date when he saw Sir James' hand on her back. So next we see Darian and Kai. They were in a car. He's driving to the date. He was happy to see her. They exchanged pleasantries. He tells her that Alexia will be at the date. Now I have an issue with Darian, and I'm gonna get him. I like him, but I have an issue with him on this date, and I'm gonna tell y'all what it was in a second. He tells her that Alexia will be there, and Kai was just like, you know what? I'm not a side chick. I've never played number 2, and she was like, this gonna be interesting. I mean, Kai, girl, you know what you signed up for. And I think that who was it? Ashley from season 1 said that they are told the dates to like try to steal the person from their person. So, I mean, Kai is doing what she was told to do. So, there's that. But anyway, Jessica talks about how she likes her dates muscles. He's respectful, transparent, or she wants somebody who is respectful, transparent, and communicate. Clarence says he hates arguing. He'll just shut down. And Jessica says that her date is trying to get to know her for her. So, but like, help me understand, because what is Eric with you for? If it's not to get to know you and like appreciate you and who you are, it can't just all be about how you look, because you're beautiful. Okay, what else? So I think like, don't sell yourself too short either, Jessica, because you have other things going for you as well. Look, I'm not a motivational speaker. So they kind of, you know, compliments back and forth, a little flirting or whatever. It was cute. And Eric walks in. Oh no, before he walks in, he says he wants to go on a date with somebody who can hold his attention. We're introduced to his date. Her name is Tanisha. She wants someone who's independent and can have fun because she says she's a fun time. So Eric and Tanisha walk in, and Jessica was like, let the games begin. And you know what? She may have meant for it to be cute, but I don't think it's cute. Like, y'all are trying to one up the other. What is y'all end goal? Because I'm just not seeing it. But okay. Eric tells his date that that's my girl over there. She was like, okay, wait, how did we get here? He says they both have trust issues. And, the date was like, when a man is taken, it makes him more desirable. And I was just like, oh, Lord, girl, he already think he all that. Don't tell him nothing else about him being desirable. So Eric said he enjoyed his date. And Jessica was trying to get her date to kind of worry about Eric, but she was more worried about him than her date was. So they decided to leave, and Eric and Tanisha were over there taking shots, having a good old conversation and a good old time. And Jessica said that when she got up to leave, she wanted Eric to be looking for her, but he wasn't. I'm just like, Jessica, you trying to play a game with him, and you may lose it. I mean, you may not, but like, I don't know. So anyway, we see more hand holding with Darian and Alexia as they go into their date. They cheers. I wrote down, Alexia looks cute. She looked real like made up, ready for it, like real girly, like ready for a date. I know somebody was saying that she's like a tomboy and how she dressed and all of that kind of stuff. I'm sorry, y'all, but I don't dress super girly myself, but I don't think I'm a tomboy or like can't be feminine, so I ain't going for all that. Anyway, his name was Desi. They had some good energy, she said. I didn't see it a whole lot because it was awkward when they got into their date, and she said she's a Hawks player. She works for the Hawks for player development because she used to play ball. I know people were like, what she do now? That was way back in the day. What she got going on now? So she does player development for the Atlanta Hawks. Kai was like, what you think about? He was like, I'm uncomfortable, overwhelmed. I can't eat. This is horrifying. Kai was just like, well, you must not be hungry. I can tell you thrown off. It's throwing off the whole vibe between us because it's no more like flirty with them because he was looking at what she got going on. And this is where I have a problem with Darian. Darian told Kai that Alexia is intimidated by her. First of all, that is still your girlfriend. Why are you telling Kai anything about Alexia being intimidated about her? That's gonna give Kai, like, she probably don't need no more ammunition against Alexia, but like, don't give her nothing else on Alexia. I had a problem with that. But her date, Alexia's date, Desi, didn't really care. He did recognize Darian though from Field Mob. He did, but he didn't really care. He was like, you know what? You gotta focus on you because, you worrying about somebody who kind of playing you. She was like, you think that he playing me? He was like, girl, 14 years? What you think? So, okay. They cut to Darian and Darian and Kai. I'm sorry, y'all getting these names mixed up. Darian and Kai leaving. She grabs his hand and is kind of escorting him out. Alexia say, oh, we're gonna let hands go. And Kai was just like, give me his hand. We're gonna leave. And I did notice that it was more so of Kai. He had like a finger, and Kai was like holding on for dear life because she was. It really was not him in that moment. And she said she felt disrespected and like, don't get hit, Darian. But it was Kai's hand. I can't even lie. So next we see Eric come back home. He's like, honey, I'm home. They get into this whole thing about the date. And he was just like, you know what? It was good conversation. She stimulated my mind. And Jessica, she kind of gets defensive and upset. He was like, I don't want to hurt you, but I do want you to open up more to me. I don't understand their whole relationship. Like, is it just about sex? Just about money? Or convenience? Like, what are we doing here? Well, he did mention something at the end. I'm sorry, y'all, tongue all tied. But he did mention something, a little bit later that's going to kind of help me understand a little bit better, help all of us understand a little bit better. She asked, well, how did you feel about being in the same room as me? Because again, she said game's on, or like what she said, time to play the game or whatever. He was like, you know what? I didn't even notice y'all because she had me locked into the conversation. Jessica gets upset, she's crying, and he says, this is what the man is saying. Normally it's the woman. He says, I want us to connect on more than a physical level. And Jessica, I'm hurt because another woman can give him what I can't. Jessica, you probably could, but you're not trying. You like, girl, you cute, but what else? I know she has followers on Instagram. I know she has like a boutique, I think, or like, she's social media influencer. But like, girl, like, don't sell yourself short. You are not just a pretty face. Like, you are more. You probably are what he looking for, but you just so closed off or like not tapping into that, because I'm pretty sure the girl ain't dumb. Like, you could probably give him conversation too. You just don't sell yourself short. But okay. She started crying because of the process. I'm just like, it is the process. The point of the show is to see if you can get other things from someone different from your that you need or that you're missing in your relationship. So just stop, girl. Now sorry y'all, it's shaking a little bit, but okay. Now we get into a meeting with Dr. Nicole. First up, Laronda and Shawn. Shawn was like, yeah, she was cool. I heard them on their date more than I heard my date, Brittany, and I don't think she likes him. She don't like guys that's built like that and they don't have a beard. Dr. Nicole is just like, it sounds like tactical control. You're trying to put negatives on him because you don't want her to enjoy the date. You don't want her to get to know somebody else. Shawn, your insecurities are showing. I don't want to say your slip is showing. That's like a thing people say. I don't want to say all that, but like, it's too much. Like, I understand he's like an entertainer. He's supposed to be funny, but like, it's not funny. Like, you gonna lose your girlfriend trying to be funny, but okay. She says, you know what? I did have fun, and he was visually appealing. And Laronda, girl, I agree. He was cute. And I need to find out what's his Instagram. Go follow him. I would never DM nobody, but just go look at Sir James. But okay, they talk about the whole him putting his hand on the small of her back. Laronda says she didn't really notice it because he opened the door for her. She went out the door, but Shawn was just like, how you didn't notice him? Just mess. And Dr. Nicole says, at this point, it reminded me of Jacob from Married at First Sight, because she was like, you already have a predetermined outcome of what's happening. You have already made the story in your head. You already know what she gonna do, what he gonna do, what she gonna do, what he gonna do. Already made up in your head. And it reminded me of Jake. But she said you have to work on you and yourself. You gotta manage yourself, manage your feelings, manage what you are doing, because you're already creating a story. And honestly, that's a lot to put on Laronda. Like, Shawn needs to chill out. Like, period. So we go next to Darian and Alexia. He said it was she said it was okay. And he didn't care that Darian was there, but Darian said it was horrible. It was a terrible date. He couldn't really do it. He was having a hard time. Alexia says the way they left looks like they were going to a hotel. And I don't disagree. I mean, it's the second date. No, but I mean, Darian was like, she snatched me up. It was her hand. I was showing you, like, look, it ain't me. This not him right here. I like him, but you messing up. So he says, what, she embarrassed me. And Dr. Nicole says, well, Alexia, what would have happened had you focused on your date, you and Desi? And she didn't. She was like, y'all are still trying to control each other and control the process. You are here to do things a little bit differently. Yeah. So next we talk about Jessica. She says the date was cool. He was well-mannered, I guess. Eric says that his date kept his attention. And they were like, well, what's missing between, what's missing from you and Jessica? He said depth, communication. And he was like, you know what, she's not my type when it comes to like looks, but I'm learning it's not all about just looks. And that is so very true. The love of, well, the person that I had dated for the longest period of time, I was definitely not initially attracted to him. So that can definitely happen. But Dr. Nicole says he did seem genuinely intrigued without it being about the physical. And Jessica says all he had was conversation. Jessica, why not give him that? Dr. Nicole, okay, it seems, again, like Shawn, it seems like Jessica knows or thinks she knows how Shawn is going to move and how he's going to experience the process. Dr. Nicole said it's one thing to know some things about him, but you got to give him room to grow. You can't box him in. Like, he going to only want sex, he going to only want a physical, because he's showing you that it's not about just those two things, that he does want to grow. And, nothing wrong with that. So, Jessica got to just, I don't know, get out of her head. Get out your own head. I don't know. But anyway, Dr. Nicole says, now, do you all want second dates or go out with somebody new? Darian says yes to a third date with Kai. He says they need a redo because that date was terrible. Alexia was just like, no, there was no attraction, but she is frustrated with Darian about this third date with Kai. And you know what? They have to have more than 3 dates because there was still like 2 different outfits that Kai had on her dates. So he may go on like a 4th or 5th date with Kai. So, but okay. Eric said no second date because there wasn't an attraction. Jessica says yes to a second date with Clarence. And Laronda, it was her turn to decide. And Shawn was like, he gonna be hurt. She was like, he gonna be hurt. And he was just like, she means the world to me. Now, let me say this. If Laronda say yes to a second date with, what was his name? Sir James, Shawn ain't gonna say yes to a second date with Brittany. And I'm gonna tell you how I know he is, because we saw a clip of Brittany in the studio in the season trailer or whatever. So they gonna have a second date with Brittany. So it left off right there at like a cliffhanger. But on the next episode, oops, sorry y'all, we gonna see Alexia and Darian getting into it. Apparently, he didn't go home. Where he was at? We gonna see Clarence with his shirt off, and we gonna see what's her name, Jessica, rubbing on them abs. I wonder what they felt like. I'm just wondering. Okay. And Dr. Nicole asked Darian, "Can you see yourself with Kai?" And I don't know what he said, but it made Alexia upset, and she walks off. Now, y'all, Kai said, if I could have him if I wanted him. Girl, why you think that? What is he saying to you that make you think if you wanted him, you could have him? All right, y'all. Well, that was my little 2 cents about the episode. I want to hear from you guys. What do you all think? Which couple do you all think is going to make it? I am going to say none. I'm going to say absolutely 0. I'm going to say I think that Eric is trying to like grow and like be a better person to a certain extent. And I feel like Jessica is not going to also meet him where he's trying to go. I think Darian, he may want it out from Alexia. What y'all think? And with Laronda, she don't get tired of having to always think about Shawn and taking care of Shawn. Shawn's a grown man. I mean, you can't base everything off of how he might react, because on his date with old girl Rachel, he was fine. He was okay on a date with well, no, he really wasn't okay on this date with the girl. But all right, guys, that's it. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, like, all of that good stuff. Again, you all, I love to like get different perspectives, so I'm here for it. Go and leave a comment. All right, guys, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye.